Ambassador Leonard is a very accomplished American diplomat. She has great experience all across Africa. Previously, she was the ambassador to the African Union in Addis Ababa. She's visited Nigeria several times before she became the ambassador. She's worked in a number of West African countries throughout her career, and so it was a delight to work with someone who cares so much, who has so much passion about Africa, but also knows all of the players and also knows the issues that are here. And she really passionately cares about Nigerian culture and also Nigerian health and all of our investments in public health that we've made to help the Nigerian people enjoy a more healthy lifestyle.
We've started missing her already because when she came in with what is almost a perfection package. When it comes to her she's very detailed personality, and her memory is 100% top notch. She remembers everything. If you mention it once, she remembers it even until next year. So working with her from the perspective of United States Government Exchange alumni, we see a role model in her, and her leaving is really it makes us miss her. We miss her really. We've started missing her already. In fact, when the news hit us that she's leaving, oh my God, she's leaving! You know, if I had my way as a US president, I would have given her extra years to be in Nigeria. And she enjoys Nigeria too. That's another good thing. So our working relationship is close to perfect. It's almost, in fact, it's perfect. I must say that. It's perfect. It's amazing. She's an amazing personality in every way you can think of it.
Just like you've said, ambassadors come and go. They're diplomats, so the moments are usually very fleeting. But one thing about Ambassador Leonard, first of all, is the way she identifies with Nigerian prints and African fabrics. You would seldom catch Ambassador Leonard in other kinds of outfits where it's not Nigerian or African. So for the fact that she identifies with Nigerian prints, even more than we locals, even more than we Nigerians identify with it, that's one thing that stands her out. And the fact that she supports a lot of Nigerian businesses and brands like HIPTV. I mean, recently the Headies was in Atlanta. Mary Beth Leonard was there. She was a huge supporter. We saw the Nigerian election. She was there during, at the final hall where the vote counting was done. She's always supporting initiatives, businesses and other sectors in Nigeria. That's one thing that stands her out. I don't think I've seen any ambassador in Nigeria from the US who has been as supportive as Ambassador Leonard. They've all done well, but Leonard has been very outstanding.
Coming to be ambassador in Nigeria wasn't the first time I was here. I visited very briefly a few times before. Sitting here in Lagos, you have to think about as a big achievement the groundbreaking for the new consulate compound, which is a tangible symbol of the importance that we attach to our relationship with Nigeria. Some 2,500 Nigerians are working on that project. It costs about $95 million to do. It's the largest consulate in the world, and it's going to be a fabulous new base for our bilateral relationship when things, once it gets built, it's going to take a while. And I have to say here that we'd really like to thank the Nigerian traveling public for some of their patience over the years. The shutdown of COVID, caused a bit of a backlog, which we're really pleased between expansion of the interview waiver program to people who can use that even if your visa has expired in the last 4 years as opposed to the last 2 years, and also with the expanded validity that we're chipping away at that. There's light at the end of the tunnel, but thank everybody for their patience and their concern. Food. Okay, so you can't live around here without liking jollof rice and suya. I have to say that nobody ever believes me when I tell them that I really like spice, so I'm a fan of pepper soup. And I had a wonderful experience in Baden going to eating amala at Amala Sky along with our visiting pianist. I think that must have been, nearly over a year ago. And so that's always great fun. It's been a lot. It's been really rewarding to be able to incorporate African fabrics into my professional wardrobe. It's something that I try to do, and that's also a lot of fun, whether it's Ankara or Adire. But there's just so much to talk about in the arts in Nigeria. Visually, I have created a huge problem for myself because I've acquired a lot more Nigerian art to hang on walls from Victor Ekpuk and from Nike Davies Okundai in association with Tolowewe, from Osu Audu, and I'm gonna get home and have to figure out where it all is gonna fit on my walls. But it's gonna be a pleasure to have that to look at my home, my retirement, and that's before you even get and my collection of Benin bronzes has expanded exponentially. But those are things you can put on the floor, so they're easier to accommodate in my home there. This is before you even get to music, right? We're engaged a lot with Afro beats. We had a pre-Hetties party right here and got to listen to some wonderful music. I went to the Hetties in Atlanta, and even beyond getting to hear performers like Asake do their thing, it was really great to see the audience who had come out, to see not all young Nigerians, young Atlantans coming and just appreciating Nigerian music. So, and then of course, a couple of months ago, we had the U.S. Naval Forces Band here, and it was wonderful to hear the reactions when they played Ira Starr's Rush. As I am a flutist, I also appreciate Nigerian flute musicians, so I was really delighted to get to meet T Mac, who's going to be here later this evening too. So it's a rich culture. It makes for an even more special time for foreigners coming to be in Nigeria, and it's been a really important time, a really important part of what has made this posting so special for me.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
A very in tune woman. I mean, she's in my forte. She's musically inclined, so obviously I will miss her more. And so basically, I'm really not. I'm the wrongest person to ask because I'd rather she stayed a little more, and you people should vote her back. But you see, she has to go and get other work done. But she is phenomenal.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm just fine. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. I mean, the number of captains of different industries that we have here tonight shows how impressive your mission in Nigeria has been. So how would you say you feel right now, knowing that you're leaving Nigeria at this point?
Well, it's very bittersweet. I mean, it has been the honor of a career to be the United States ambassador to Nigeria, the most important relationship we have on this continent. And it's been a great privilege to direct our activities here, and everything from health to security cooperation to the arts.
Okay. So what would you say is your most memorable time being in Nigeria?
Well, I have to say it's half in Nigeria, half in the United States, because here at this very residence, we had a party in honor of the Hetties before they actually happened, and I got to dance the night away with some incredible musicians on the stage, and then I went to Atlanta for the Hetties, and it wasn't just getting to see fabulous performers perform. For me, it was also about seeing the Nigerians or Nigerian Americans who are attending it, but also American citizens in Atlanta. It's just hip hop is a thing in Atlanta, and it's a thing in Nigeria, and they're all getting together with wonderful collaboration. And I think it's a sign of how the creative industries really tie our two countries together.
So how would you describe, the Nigerian culture of food, dressing, and what is your favorite part of it?
Aha. Well, as you can see, I always try to incorporate some fabric in my wardrobes. That has been a real pleasure. I think that my favorite part of being in Nigeria is, of course, Nigerians. But the part that was the most fun about that engagement is Nigerians are a blast. They're engaging people, and they're disputatious and lively, and you can have these fabulous conversations. You can even have these fabulous disagreements, and everybody still loves each other and is there the next day, and that's made it a really engaging part, decorated and accompanied by some fabulous film and visuals. Look at Paramount and Netflix and Amazon Prime who get here. Those relationships in the arts, and also just relationships with people here.
Okay, so finally, how do you see the relationship when it comes to entertainment between Nigeria and the United States of America? I mean, we see what Afrobeats is doing. You were at the Hetties last year in Atlanta. So what would you say the future holds for Afrobeats, the entertainment industry between Nigeria Nigeria and America?
I think it's really bright. I mean, you've even got American actors looking to get into Nigerian productions these days, and it's also a reminder that the United States government and the government of Nigeria have policy that we do together, but it's also our peoples who get together. The creative industries just sort of naturally attract like magnets, whether you're talking about film or music or art. It's a rich source of our bilateral ties and really something to celebrate and enjoy.
So what's your favorite food? So I look up for what to park for you on your way out.
Food, did you say?
Yeah, in Nigeria. Favorite Nigerian delicacy?
Pepper soup. No one ever believes me when I say it, but I really like some spice.
Now she said it. We're giving you a cooler on your way to the airport back to the United States. But thank you so much and enjoy yourself.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing tonight, Mr. Will?
It's so great to be here, Gift. Thanks so much.
I know, you are welcome. Okay, we know a lot of ambassadors have been in and out of Nigeria, and this is one of those you've worked closely with, right? So how would you describe your working relationship with Ambassador Leonard?
So I've known Ambassador Leonard for almost a decade, and she's one of the reasons I asked to come here. Obviously, there's so many exciting things in the U.S.-Nigeria relationship, but her leadership, her commitment to excellence, and her mentorship and her personal touch, right? Those of you who know me, I'm not a formal guy. She's also very personal. She's very direct, and I've just loved being mentored by her and working together. And I think she's done incredible things. I mean, look, in the last year alone, we extended visa validity to 5 years. That's thanks to Ambassador Leonard's relationship and hard work. We made it possible for people to extend their visa interviews for 4 years now if you have had to get a waiver. So you drop boxes now, you've had an interview anytime in the last 4 years. The work she's done on the cultural front, the connections she's made, the work that we've done on the military front, and of course our economic relationship, which I think is poised for explosive growth.
Okay. So what would you say actually stood her out, or would you say stands her out from every other ambassador that has visited Nigeria?
I mean, the one thing I think she can really point to as an incredible achievement, obviously the visa stuff and the economic stuff, is the work we've done on health. So she was here at the helm as we went through the COVID epidemic, and her work during that period, together with the Nigerian health agencies, to not only combat COVID, but to combat HIV/AIDS and help Nigeria get to epidemic control, which amazingly they did. In the midst of that horrible pandemic, they doubled down on the resources that we were spending, and the amount of work to save 1.7 million Nigerian lives. It's incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, such amazing things to say about such an impeccable person. Now that she's leaving, what would be your wishes for her as she steps into this new phase in her role?
I'm so excited for her. She gets to be retired, which is something I long for. No, I think she's going to find a new part of life, and I'm just so proud to have spent some time with her here in Nigeria.
How much are you going to miss her?
A lot, yeah.
So what would be your final words to her? If she was watching you right now, what would be your final words to her?
Thank you for being such a great mentor.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Will. Enjoy your evening.
Take care.
Thank
See
you.
ya.
For us at Covenant University, the US here, the consulate office here in Lagos, had been a credible partner with Covenant University, particularly our educational system and the support. I can say here right from inception of Covenant University over 20 years ago, we turned 20 last year, October 21st, 2022. Covenant University and the US Embassy and the consulate have been working hand in hand. When you look at the partnership we have had wonderful collaborations and partnership with some US universities. We have had wonderful collaboration with some of our scholars and even our students. They have also had this student and faculty mobility exchange with the US, and the consulate office have been facilitating this. Of note is the Fulbright scholarship, where so many of our faculty members have won in the time past. We currently have one scholar right now in the US, in Tuskegee University, and is doing great. And that's to let you know that we have had wonderful collaboration. So our students go to the US on exchange and courtesy of the US consulate office here in Lagos.
It's such a wonderful and rich relationship. It is truly the honor of a career to finish by being the United States ambassador to Nigeria, our most important partner on the continent. Many of you know that I play the flute. Many of you have perhaps heard me play the flute. One of the people who was so gracious to come and listen to me play the flute was none other than T. Mac, who was, of course, Nigeria's most fabulous flutist. And it was wonderful to get to meet with him, and I'm so honored that he's agreed to do a couple of performances here this evening. So I'm going to sit down as a very grateful ambassador for this wonderfully special treat, and also for the special treat of being able to share this evening with all of you. I will miss you. I will probably be back in some point, because I specialized in African studies because I come from a very cold place and I do not like the cold. So expect to see me back with a bias towards November through March. Anyway, thank you again. Bless you for being a part of the U.S. mission community in life, and I will miss you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She can relate to it, anybody, irrespective of who you are. And that's one thing that stands for her. And we're going to really miss her as a people. We're going to miss her. I just told her right now that we're going to miss her. We're going to miss her. We wish she would stay many more years in Nigeria. She has become part and parcel of the Nigerian citizen. So we wish her well.
She's been amazing, and what can express how much they've done within a short time, especially with our own brand, the Eddies, you know, and the personal touch, the way they took everything, and they transformed it. She even came to Atlanta to attend the awards, and we had a major event here at the consulate, the first of its kind. So I'll say I enjoyed a personal relationship with the consulate, and especially, you know, the beautiful people that worked on the Eddies, and especially her. So it's very, very, they need to go, and so it feels somehow, for me, that she's leaving, and I'm sure she's happy to leave. We are not happy to let her go, but I hope the next set of people or the next person will be just as amazing. And the reason why I'm able to make this trip is because I wasn't meant to be here. I delayed my trip for like a number of days so that I'll just attend, say thank you to her, then I'll leave. But yeah, plus the fact that she also plays the flute. Yeah. She's a music person. Yeah. So it's been an interesting journey, and I guess it's a new chapter now.
It's really an emotional moment for you because of the way you're talking. But I mean, now that she's about to step into another phase of life, she would rest and of course move to something bigger in a role. So what would you say, what are your wishes for her?
Oh, I wish her well. I wish her all the best, and as she looks forward to a new challenge or different project, what she's done here, I wish her all the best and God's guidance and love.
Thank you very much. It was a great pleasure to perform for Her Excellency, and we wish you all the best. We see you back in Nigeria, and then we prepare a duet for the two flutes.
Well, I wish her all the best. I mean, she enjoys to have some rest. She said she's going to take a gap year, and so she's going to try to figure out what her next move in life is. But I'm sure she's going to find the next chapter in her life is going to be very rewarding, and it will in some way, I know it will be connected to Africa and to Nigeria.
She said she loves pepper soup, so maybe, hopefully, you can pack her,
You know what? I love fisherman soup from Calabar.
It's you now.
I know.
You enjoy all the spice? It's really spicy.
Spice. Oh, yeah. I love spice. I spent 7 years in China, and I ate spicy food all the time there. Yeah.
No problem. I look forward to having fisherman soup with you and pepper soup with Lady Mary Beth, hopefully.
Okay, and then we'll have to try amala in Ibadan sometime.
This is unbelievable, but we're looking forward to that. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
What I wish her is good health, number one, because we all need good health to function. And then whatever her desires are, her desire is just to see people prosper, see people, get their wishes met. And she's been able to influence people, influence institutions positively around the world, and especially in Nigeria. So I wish her well in the great job. In fact, we see her like a missionary. She's a missionary, reaching out to people, ministering to people, and all of that, and ensuring that people, have their desires met. If you have a request, so long as it's positive and you meet with her, she's going to have it done. It's amazing. So I wish her well.
So much. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Because this evening we're going to be raising a glass. In honor of Ambassador Leonard.
All
right, thank you so much, and enjoy your evening.
Thank you.
Miss you. Thank you for all you have done. And she is so willing and so ready to go. Get here. Oh, no, it's not fair. She's going to.
Not ready.
At all.
We're really not ready for
At all.
So what would be your final words to her? She was listening to you or watching you right now.
Thank you. Thank you for pouring your heart out to us. I'm so grateful I met you. So,
Right.
call me home. I've told you my own.
She will. Thank you.
For how Leonard has supported Nigeria, how she has supported US-Nigeria economic relations, I work with the Chamber of Commerce, so I'm very commerce inclined. I wish her the very best. I hope that she gets to the El Dorado of her career. I hope she becomes one of the best diplomats the world has ever seen. And I hope that Nigeria becomes just one of the many countries she served in, but maybe not the best. I hope she gets best opportunities and, of course, relationships out of Nigeria. We miss you. I miss you. The fact that she plays the flute. Yes, I miss all of that. I miss you. We'll miss you. Nigeria would miss you so much. Thank you for your time, Leonard. We wish you the very best. And goodbye.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you for all you've done, all you did in Nigeria. I wish you well. I wish you all the best. I wish you God's guidance and peace. God bless you.
Summertime, and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the curtain is high. Babare lowa lowa, iyare lekon. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of this morning, you're gonna rise up and sing it. Then you spread your wings and you take it to the sky. But till then, no, 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 no. We're just your mom and standing by. So hush, come on, keep quiet. Your papa's got to work. Your mama's got to put the food on the table. Come on, bang, 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 bang. So hush, little baby. So